Hello, hello! This is definitely not what I was thinking, like the glasses, the cup, the tumbler, but it is what it is because I just wanna rant, I just wanna vent, I just wanna let a lot of things that are in my brain, in my head out in the wild. So this is this video. It's not gonna make sense. So be prepared for that. It's just me venting. So thank you for listening. If you're listening, off if you don't want to, because this is the mood. Sunglasses, no reason, but I saw a YouTube video recently that someone was like, I have my sunglasses because I've been crying a lot, and today, Sunday, August 3rd, I've been crying a lot. I don't think I'm gonna cry in this video, but it looks kind of cool, so let's go with this. Also, I was trying to put my protein into this to make it more pretty, but it was not working because of course you have to shake it, and if you shake this, it goes from the top, and then this was not working because it got stuck with the protein inside. So it's not up to a great start, but we're gonna do it. And just so you know, I have a lot of topics. Usually I have this on my notes app. I have a lot of bullet points and a lot of ideas. Some of them being gay, not guy. This is Spanish pronunciation. Gay experiences abroad. Gay 101. I was trying to make it like a series talking about my journey, my experience, how you feel behind in life. And maybe your soulmate is ugly as to talk about, I know, stereotypes. So we are focused on physical attributes. Feeling less, talking about youth in general. We always feel behind. So there are a lot of topics, interesting topics coming up. Right now it's just gonna be me venting because there's a lot in my head. But yeah, let's go for it, because this week I've been back to normal, more or less. I've been on sick leave for 3 weeks, and I spent the whole July basically back in my home country, back in Spain. I'm not complaining because summer in Spain is great, but the reasons why I was there, it was not to celebrate. It didn't feel like a holiday. I was going on holiday and I was going to the beach, going to the pool, meeting friends, but the vibes were not summer usual vibes because my dad passed away, and I'm not gonna hide it, I'm just gonna mention it. And I've been okay. It's been over a month since this happened, and I thought I was gonna be okay, and I still think that I'm gonna be okay. But today, Sunday, it was a bit of a mess, and that's completely fine. Like, I'm going to therapy. I have a good circle around me, like people, family, everything. But still, I know that there's gonna be days that they're gonna be tough, and I just wanna talk about this and other stuff, not just about my dad passing. There has been a lot in my mind, but this is the most important, I guess. And today is Sunday, and I feel like Sundays are gonna be difficult, and I hate it because Sunday, it has to be a relaxing day, like a really nice day. You're preparing for the week to come. It has to be relaxing, but I feel like these upcoming Sundays are gonna be difficult, and I need to just be ready and not be afraid to feel a lot of emotions on Sundays, because my dad used to work a lot, and even though if he was not working for other people, he worked in construction, so he was doing construction for himself. His passion project in a way was to rebuild this house that he inherited. So if he was not doing that for other people, he was doing that for himself. He was definitely a workaholic, but it's what he liked to do, and that's great. But I was saying this because usually during the week I was not seeing him much, not even Saturdays. But then on Sunday we were spending the whole day together with my dad, with my mom, with my brother, because we were going to this house that he was rebuilding. It was 30 minutes away from our home, and we were spending the day together. We were having lunch. He was working on his stuff. Maybe we were helping a little bit, or maybe we were just I know, sunbathing or being with the dogs and stuff. We were doing our own things, but we were in the same place, kind of together in a way. So Sundays are gonna be rough. This was more in my childhood. Now I'm 31. I turned 31 during July. So now that I'm older, we were not doing this as much because I'm abroad. I don't know about the glasses. I think it's cool, but I don't know, maybe there's no need. Let's continue with the glasses. So yeah, this was when I was a child. Sundays were family day, basically, and I really liked it. And when I was older, I moved to Helsinki, so I was in another country. I was not going there every weekend, of course. But Sundays were still the day that I was connecting with my family the most, because with my mom, I was calling her not every day, but let's say a couple of times a week. But with my dad, not so much, because we were really different people. And one of my goals for this year, it was to improve my relationship with my brother and with my dad, because they are really like normal, stereotypical straight men. They like man stuff. I don't know what men like. And for me, I was more on the feminine gay side. I hate to say it because it's really stereotypical, but I don't get along with a lot of straight men, and I can make a whole video about this, but I don't get along, and I don't know if I want to get along. But with my family, I wanted to make the effort. Now it's not gonna happen, spoiler, because he passed away. So this is gonna be a little bit of a regret, but I shouldn't feel guilty about it. Again, I'm going to therapy, so I'm gonna leave the deeper stuff for my therapist. Sometimes I feel bad for her because it's just 30 minutes a week, and I go like topic, like it's a lot, but this is what she chose to do with her life. And I like her. I also asked her how is she doing, and I think she's not used to that. Like when you start a call with a therapist, same as I start with a friend. Not that I call my friends, but my therapist is like, oh, how are you? Like trying to do her job, and I'm like, oh, good, how are you? Because it's the typical, but I guess there's no need. But she's also a person, but this is not important. So yeah, I was saying that Sundays were important as a child, and now as an adult, not important, it was just family day. But now as an adult, it was the day that we were always calling, like without a fault. Even if we were not calling from Monday to Saturday, Sunday I had to call my family. And usually around lunch time in Spain, like almost afternoon snack time here in Finland, they were calling me. So it was the only day of the week that I was talking with my dad. Most of the time, sometimes I was also talking during the week, but Sundays it was the day that we had to talk. And today it's Sunday, and it's my first Sunday back to normality, to Helsinki, to the office and all this stuff. And I was thinking a lot about this, and it was around that time. And I know that he's not there, but I was kind of expecting this call, and it feels really, really weird because he's dead. He's cremated. Like I was there when everything was happening, when we cremated him. But still, it feels weird to not receive this call. And then like, today for me it was no WhatsApp day, because I wanna organize my thoughts. I wanna do things for myself. I don't wanna, not that my friends force me to do stuff, but I don't know how to put it, but every now and then I just need this peace of mind that I don't want to receive other people's requests. I just need to focus on myself. For some people is weird as but for me, every now and then, I really need it. And today, this Sunday, I really needed this day for myself. And why was I saying that? I don't know, but it makes sense. So yeah, not receiving the call, it was really weird, but I wanted the day to process some thoughts, because people say when a close relative passes away, you need to process it, but what does it mean to process it? I know it's a really stupid question, but being the first time that it happens, what are you supposed to do? Just spending time for yourself, just thinking about the person that just died and remembering the good times, because these past few weeks have been a bit weird, because of course my dad is dead and I will miss him, but there's also a bit of anger, a bit of frustration towards him from me, because of things that I heard after he passed away. But again, maybe this is too deep, I will leave it for the therapist. But yeah, there's a lot of things that people say, yeah, you need to process it. What does that mean? I think I'm okay. This is not a cry for help, I'm just venting. But what does that mean to process it? Like, what am I supposed to do? I am journaling, I am talking about it, also with friends, not just with no one on YouTube. But it is weird. And also, changing topics a little bit, I was also thinking a lot about work, because right now at the position that I am, my contract, I really like what I do. I really like the people that I do it with. I really like the organization. I really like the main goal. I guess I can say it is no secret. I do communications like social media, website, all this stuff for the startup department in a university. And I used to work in the nonprofit sector, like helping people directly, not directly because I was doing communication, but I was in a federation of nonprofits, and these nonprofits were helping young people, let's say it like that, young people without houses. And now I'm not doing nonprofit, but working in the university helping the startups. I feel like I'm still helping a little bit, because we're not helping just companies who want to get rich. I guess there are some of them, but usually they have some the main theme is sustainability, like making the world a better place and all of that. So I'm helping a little bit by communicating. Long story short, I really like what I do, but my contract expires in December. And I've been thinking a lot, I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. I've been thinking a lot about moving back to Spain, because now it's been 3 years since I moved to Helsinki, Finland. And I really like it, and I feel like it's been a good place, but every time I have this thought in my brain that it keeps getting louder and louder, like maybe your time here has come to an end. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if this voice that right now is super loud, maybe it fades away. I have no idea, but it's in my brain and it's been here for a little bit. And it's not a crazy idea, because I feel guilty about not being there closer to my family, but it is what it is. I don't have to stop my life just because my dad passed away. I need to continue what I was doing, and right now, currently, my life is here in Helsinki, Finland, for better or for worse. And I was also thinking that I've been here for 3 years. Again, I really like it. I have good friends, I have a good job, but there's nothing that holds me back. There's nothing that makes me wanna stay. Like, I have good friends, again, I have a good job, but is this enough? Because back in Spain, I have my family, I have the friends that I had for my whole life, and I feel like now that I've been working abroad, my English is far from perfect, but it's so much better than 3 years ago. I feel like now that I have more experience and all of that, I could have a good job in Barcelona. But do I wanna live in Barcelona? Because I really like the city, but I know that the salaries are quite bad, and the living situation, it's also a mess. Right now in Helsinki, I'm living on my own. I know it's not the biggest apartment, but I do like it. So yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons. And also I was thinking, I'm 31 years old. I feel like I'm thriving. I feel like I'm living my best life in a way. But maybe not my best life, but I feel like I'm doing great in general. But I've been thinking a lot about the next steps, like feeling behind in life a little bit. The other day, I don't know why, but I received a message from Facebook. I never received messages from Facebook. And it was a memory, someone like over 10 years ago, I think, was like, oh, how's it going? He put it on my wall or something. I don't know how it's called. And it was this friend from the university I used to go to where I did my bachelor's. And since I received this message, I went into Facebook and I was checking other colleagues, like other university colleagues. And some of them were buying apartments. Some of them, I think they had a child. Some of them are doing these really big things. And I know that social media is not real. This is why I'm not so much on social media. It's really toxic for me. I think it's toxic for everyone, but for me, it was not the best to have it. So I'm not on Instagram. I'm not anywhere. I'm on LinkedIn, but that's it. But I was starting to compare myself to these other people. And again, I think I'm living a pretty good life. But I also feel like I'm missing out on other stuff. Like, for example, when we're talking about boyfriends, I just had a couple in my life, and then I was thinking, is it not enough? Not that no one is counting how many boyfriends I have, but should I have more by now? Should I start thinking about a family and kids and all this stuff? I know that I'm still young, like I'm just 31, but I feel like it's inevitable every now and then to think about this stuff. And I don't know why during my 20s, I was just really free. I didn't care about anything, and I knew that eventually everything would fall into place and everything would make sense. And I feel like it worked out until now. But now in my 30s, it's not like I'm stressing about it every day, but there's a lot of thoughts in my mind about these big steps that you are supposed to do. Connecting this with my dad situation, of course, it's not that situation with my dad passing away. It's really sad. Of course, we wish that he would be here, but he passed away. It was a traffic accident. So the insurance company, everyone is telling us that we're gonna get a lot of money. I don't want to get my expectations high because every time this happens, not every time that happens, it's the first time, but every time people start telling you you're gonna receive this, you're gonna receive that, it's gonna be great, that you're gonna love it, like maybe shut up because you have no idea. Like we have this lawyer that is taking care of it, and he says that we're gonna have a good chunk of money, and as always, memory full, so I had to delete a lot of things. But yeah, long story short, there's a lot of things going on in my brain, and I just wanted to let it out, not because it's gonna fix anything, but it helps organize it a little bit. And just yesterday, talking about random things that nobody cares, I was also overthinking because there was this big party here in Helsinki that everyone and their mother were going, and it's fun because it's an outdoor thing, but it's not at night, and the sun was shining, it was really good weather, it was in the afternoon, really accessible, it was free. It sounds great, but I was having lunch with a friend, and this friend was going to this party. She was like, oh, maybe you can come. And I'm like, maybe, but probably not. So we had lunch, a great lunch. I love that friend. And then we went together to this place while she was looking for her friends. I was just checking around what were the vibes and stuff. And once she found her friends, I decided to go to my place because I was not feeling it. But then I started to think, do I want to go, but I'm not doing it because I don't have like a group of friends? Or do I really don't want to go and it's an excuse that I just don't like when there's a lot of people, that I don't like parties and all this stuff? Because I feel like a part of me likes to go out and party, but I like it with the right people. And this example, yesterday's party, I was kind of invited, but by some people, but it was not like a group, and I feel like it was quite last minute. Like, I had a friend who was going, but she goes with her group. It was not that I was invited, but I feel like I can join if I want to. If you're seeing this video, maybe you know who you are. I had another friend at work who was like, oh, I think I will go for a bit. If you go, let me know and maybe we can meet. Which I don't know what it means, because we're not going together, but I assume that you're going with other people, and then you assume that maybe I'm going with other people and we can meet. Or I think it's weird if I go on my own and then I just text her like, yes, I'm here, we can meet. Even though it is what she said, but I don't know, I was overthinking. Then I had this other friend who was texting me the night before, but I didn't see it until the day off, like really insisting like, I've never been, we should go, blah blah blah. But this person, I was trying to meet her before and she was like not responding and she was not active. So I'm like, why are you so insisting now to meet while before you didn't care? So maybe it was a bit selfish in a way, I don't know. But I said that I was not feeling it. And then with this friend that I was going to lunch, she also was going and she kind of invited me, but it was with other friends that I'm not close with, like I don't know them at all. Basically, when it comes to social activities, when it comes to parties and gathering, I feel like I overthink too much, and I think that other people also overthink, but maybe not to this extent, because this is not normal. Like, if I want to go to a party, first of all, I can also ask other people if they want to join. I feel like I always wait for other people to invite me, and then I say that I cannot. Like, why do I want people to invite me to things if I'm gonna say no? Most likely, like, this is so annoying, like so unnecessary for absolutely everyone. But why is that I overthink so much? I would like to be this person that, oh, there's this party going on, and then if I'm meeting other people and they happen to go, I'm like, okay, I can join you, and that's completely fine. And if another person also invites me, I can be like, oh, we're gonna meet there or not. I don't know. I should be more chill. I should be more nonchalant about these situations. But for now, I cannot do it. And yesterday, I was also thinking really hard about the fact that, do I just avoid parties because it is a lot for me mentally, because I overthink about it a lot? Or do I just dislike them? Or do I dislike them because I overthink a lot? This is another good option. So there's 3 different options. Do I just don't like them? Do I dislike them because of the overthinking? Or do I like them but I just make it really, really difficult for myself? I don't know, it was a mess, and this happens every time there's a big event coming up. Next week I have this other thing that I joined. There's this cruise. It's a 3-hour cruise and it sounds really fun and it's free, and there's some people that I like, but also there's other people that I think they don't like me. And that's the other thing. Why do I think these people don't like me if they barely know me? Like, and let's say that they don't like me, why should I care? Like, I don't care about a lot of things. Why do I care about these people that I see once or twice a year? Like, it doesn't matter. If they like me, that's fine. If they don't like me, that's also fine. But my brain doesn't process it that way. And this was the big question, I guess. Like, today, for example, I've been alone for the whole day. I'm not checking WhatsApp. I wanted to be on my own, I think. But do I want to be on my own because I like it, because I enjoy it? Or do I want to be on my own because it's difficult for me to get into these social situations? Or the other option, is it just that I'm used to be alone because there's been times in the past that I had to be alone? It sounds a little bit sad. I don't think it is. But yeah, there's a lot of things going on. At the end of the day, what I need to remember is that all these problems are not important. Like my dad passing away, yes. But everything else, like the social things, the work thing, the boyfriend stuff, is not important. And it sounds really cliche, but as long as I keep it moving, as long as I'm healthy, as long as I'm happy and I have good people around me, that's the most important thing. Everything else will fall into place if it has to. Of course, I need to put some effort. Let's say if I want to fix, quote unquote, these social issues that I have, I should be active about it. Like I should put myself in situations where I need to be active, not just avoid them. Or let's say with the boyfriend situation, it's not that I'll be walking down the street and someone is gonna stop me like, oh, I want to be your boyfriend. It doesn't work like that. I have to be on the apps, or ideally I have to meet people in real life and then connect with them and go on dates and all this stuff. And yeah, I feel like almost every problem in life, it has a solution. Not my dad passing away again. Everything else can be fixed. So why the do I need to overthink so much about all of this? Now that I let it out, I feel better. But sometimes when you get too much in your head, it's like, I know it's really toxic. And at times when you are in this overthinking process, it's like you cannot see the end. You cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it gets really frustrating. This is why it's so important to journal, to talk about it with your friends, to just let it out in any capabilities, in any way, shape, or form. Is that the expression? For me, it's YouTube, talking with friends, journaling. For you, it might be other stuff. But yeah, I guess I will leave it as it is because it's been already a lot. But yeah, if you got until the end, thank you so much for watching, because I was checking the stats on my YouTube, and for the longer video, or for all my videos, even if they have like 1,000 views, I think I have a couple with 1,000 views, which thank you very much. At the beginning, a lot of people are watching, and then it goes down. So if you're watching until the end, thank you so much. It means a lot. And the YouTube channel, it's another story. I think I'm gonna make a video about it, just 100% about YouTube, because it's not like I have a lot of followers, but some people are commenting and liking, which I appreciate. But I do like to have this outlet, because of course I can do this with friends or with family. With family, not so much. I'm not that open, but I have people that I can just vent about it. But with YouTube, it hits different. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, I think this is it. Thank you for watching again, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.